Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Richard's Fat Man Getting Fit. Today we're going to talk about the story of this channel. Because I need watch hours and making more videos theoretically will help with that. I am doing this shirtless in order to show you my exact state of health. This is a video series where I talk about the health advice that applies to me. So, my health advice and what's important to me. That is what's going on here. If you look at me and you think this is a man who can give you health advice, what I say may apply to you, or it may not. Hopefully, you'll get something out of this video. At very least, you'll be entertained. So, for every 1,000 subscribers I get, I do purchase one of these bracelets from 4Ocean. 4Ocean pulls a pound of trash out of the ocean every time I do that. Every time you comment on this video, every time you share this video, every video of mine you comment on, you share, and every time you subscribe, you're doing your part for a better world. Because what's the point of being healthy if the world is falling apart? I'm giving you an opportunity to do something for free to make this world better. I suggest you take it. Anyway, so this channel, this channel came from somewhere. It was an idea. You look at me and you don't think, that's a man that knows a lot about health. You are wrong. I know a lot about health. It's kind of weird and ironic that I have actually given people health advice that has changed their life. But why did I decide to make up a channel when I'm in this state of health? The average person doesn't think of me as being very healthy, although when I go to the doctor, normally the doctor says, wow, you're healthier than I am. So what happened was I was doing something on my personal channel, Richard Leland Neal. That something I was doing was called The Naked Truth, with a internet personality who will not be named because I don't know if that person would want me to name them. And there were videos where you showed yourself naked from the shoulders up and, you talk about a various topic. It was a way of saying that you were honest and open. And there were a certain group of people in these videos who wanted to see more of me. All of me, if you will, but more of me. And I was like, well, that kind of breaks the rules for these videos. And it's just not appropriate. But I've always been something of a fitness enthusiast. I like to read about health. I read about health all the time. So I said, well, maybe I should start a channel where it's appropriate for me to show off my body. My body is mine. I shouldn't be ashamed of it. I don't have any problem. There's nothing wrong with this. So I created this channel. But when I created this channel, I was following 3 fitness YouTubers. One of them was a woman that did interval training. One of them was a senior triathlete. And the other one was a fitness model. And I looked at these people and I was asking myself, how does what they say apply to me? The interval trainer, what it was that she was an ex-porn star. Not kidding you. I found this out after watching her videos. And she would dress in spandex and she would show off lots of cleavage and do these workouts that, she didn't explain what she was doing. She just did this workout that supposedly made her look sexy. And she'd give them names like, this is the butt crack burpee workout, and this is the triple X workout. And I looked at this and eventually I kind of got bored with it. It was a lot of fun watching her videos, but I wasn't learning anything. Then you had the senior triathlete, and I'm subscribed to him to this day. He's a good guy, he's intelligent, and his advice has a lot of merit. But the problem is that I'm not going to be a senior triathlete. I don't necessarily feel that getting a six-pack is what I want. I just want to be fit. I want to be happy. So I looked at his videos and I thought, well, his dietary advice just doesn't seem to work for me. He eats food I wouldn't be able to keep eating because I'm a food blogger. And, his lifestyle is just so different than mine that it's just not worth me taking a lot from him. there are clearly things I can take from him. And I mean, if I enjoy watching his videos, I'll keep watching them, but that's just kind of how that works. And that was where I got the idea of doing this shirtless, because he does his videos shirtless. Then finally there was the fitness model. And if I wanted to emulate her workouts, well, I mean, I believe she was Brazilian, and she focused very much on the rear end. And wonderful as her rear end was, I don't think I want that same rear end. I don't want, well, I want her rear end in the carnal sense of I would like to spend some time with that rear end, but I wouldn't want it surgically attached to my body in any way. So, and her dietary routine was based on the idea that she had to have very well-defined muscle, and she had to, go out there and do these naked photo shoots. And you're like, I know that person's healthy, but do I want to be like them? And one of the things about health, one of the greatest mistakes in the history of American health, was that we created the food pyramid. And we said, who are the healthiest people on earth? Olympic athletes. So we created a diet based on what they eat. Sort of. One of the inclusions of dairy as a food group was because, well, the dairy industry wanted us to do that. But all of the inclusion of bread and simple carbohydrates was because these people exercise 4 hours a day. They need a lot of calories to keep up their state of health, because their state of health is their job. Okay? So I sat there and I said, none of these people really apply to me. They're too extreme, they're too bizarre, and, just trying to be like them wouldn't make a lot of sense. All right. So I made the idea of this channel that I would do the research and that I would talk about what I'm implementing in my world of health. And sometimes I would get better and sometimes I would get worse. And I would find things that did work for me and didn't. That's the point. The point is to have the accountability of these videos and to bring this to all of you and have this space for us to talk about health. Well, then I got hurt. I was changing a tire for a fellow employee. He didn't set his parking brake and his car fell. It clipped me right here, sent a shockwave through my abdomen, and caused a huge bruise on this side of my back. After that, I couldn't stand up for 10 minutes at a time. I would go walking and have to stop. I would sleep all the time. My metabolism shut down and I ballooned from 350 pounds to 415. I was so fat I couldn't wipe my own rear end. At that point, I was definitely not making any videos. And I took down a lot of videos because I was ashamed of what happened to myself. I'm going to try to never do that again. Never take down videos, because I don't want to be ashamed of myself. I want to be honest with you. Although, I don't know what happened to those videos. And be honest with you, if I did re-upload them, they'd probably do better than they did back then. So, this is where I am in life. I'm more than 60 pounds below, I believe 75 pounds at the moment, below what my top weight was. I'm older, I'm still having twitching from the nerve damage, and, I need the motivation of all of you to help me be healthier. That still does not mean this is a weight loss channel. If I were to slim down by gaining muscle, I'm perfectly happy with that. Anyway, that's the story of this channel. I'm Richard. Thank you for sharing this moment with me, and I'll be back soon.